And we're back at it like a bad habit. Rednation in the cut. What's good with y'all, man? What's good with y'all? So today's video is really special, right? Everybody has done their own little breakdowns on what they think is going to happen with the builder and taking a look at it. But with Red, with Mito, we really gonna go through this shit. I promise y'all. We about to get lit. I just got off work. I'm a little tired, a little exhausted, but I want to go through this breakdown. And just like how we talked about everything that was going to happen in 2K and all of my predictions in my previous video, we're going to see how right I was. And which is most probably I'm probably right, right? I do a lot of research. Oh shit, it would help if I had value. Shout out to Uncle Demi though. This is his video. We're showing him some love. Uncle Demi kills it. All right, he makes rare builds, just like he said in this song. He be killing it. We're gonna give him all his watch time, chat. Let's get it. Shout out to him. Yes, sir, Demi. Yes, sir. All right. Make sure you hit that sub button on this man's channel. Go to his Twitch, all that, man. If you don't know Uncle Demi, now you know. All right. So, right off rip, it's very similar to what we normally do, right? But like, we don't really care about this. This doesn't play any factor. Well, it does, but it doesn't. We'll go right to the screen side. This like side-by-side comparison. Let him create his name. Please subscribe. I fuck with it.
That's what we're going to do.
I fuck with it, Demi.
I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm not going to get long with it because I don't want this to be a 45-minute video.
For sure.
I'm just going to point out some key things that you definitely...
All right, stop. Time out, Demi. You moving too fast for me, bro. All right, so right off rip, you make a point guard. 6'5" is what it said, right? But you can go to 6'6". It looks like there's a lot of differences with this builder. Now, from what I know, Chad, this right here, the 99s, right? I know a lot of y'all are kind of curious on like how this stuff works. A lot of YouTubers have given you guys information. Some of it is accurate, not all of it is accurate. I've seen some videos where it was just capped, and then I've seen some videos where it's like this is spot on, right? I'm going with Uncle Demi because I know for a fact Uncle Demi has done his research. If I go to a Badge Plug channel, I know Badge Plug has done his research. If I go to Joe Knows, I know Joe Knows has done his research. You know what I'm saying? But there are some content creators, no name dropping, but there are some that just be lying, all right? So we're going to, whatever. As you can see, it's toying around with it. Just because these maximums here say 99 doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have 99 in every category. Just starting off rip right now, right? So making the 6'6" builds are nice because you have more 99 options. But once you put those points in, it's going to fuck up your whole builder. But he'll show you.
And then we'll kind of go from there, okay? So first we're going to talk about right here what you're looking at. Weight, height, and that type of deal. Then we're going to talk about what it is to get to equivalent to your badges. And then we're going to talk about what's very important is the core badges, okay? So let's go ahead and hop into
core badges are lit, chat.
The body settings. As you see here, man, I'm 6'5". I go up to 6'6", and as you see, it affects the same exact stuff, man. Height affects your shooting, your playmaking, your perimeter.
I love the fact that wingspan,
and of course your speed and acceleration.
So something that I learned, the wingspan this year, chat, wingspan this year does not affect your ball handling as long as you're below 6'10". So if you make a 6'9" build, a 6'8" build, and you max your wingspan, it's not gonna fuck with your speed with ball or your ball handle. That's a W. So them 6'9" big men will be able to dribble a little bit. They're gonna have a little sauce, at least pro dribble moves at the very least.
Acceleration, right? What's actually pretty amazing here is that now at 6'10", with a max wingspan, you can still get pro dribble animations. Like that's insane.
You can get it at 6'10". That's crazy.
Max wingspan, and you're still able to get.
I wouldn't recommend going 6'10" for a dribble build.
6'10" max wingspan, pro dribble animations. Now let's look at the actual builder. So
all right, so right here, so it's very similar, like I said in my previous video, extremely similar to what we already have, but there are some glaring differences, right? We talked about the tiers, right? Like tier 1 here, tier 2, tier 3, right? And like how the badges were going to be different based off the tier sizes. We talked about that already, right? But what I didn't know, something that even surprised me the first time looking at the builder. This is my first time seeing Uncle Demi's video, but I've seen a bunch of weird ones that just kind of popped up on my feed when I was at work. But with these ones, right? Like if you increase that close shot, and let's say you make your close shot 99 because he can get 99 close shot in this build, right? Let's say he goes ahead and does that. It's going to increase a bunch of other attributes, very similar to how it did last year. But getting something to 99 will take up about 20% of your overall. Like, it'll count as 20 points. You'll be at like 50 something by putting one thing at 99. So I do not recommend people going to 90 and pushing that 90 bracket because you're going to be spreading yourself too thin. Hopefully he shows it in this video.
The same as 22, but there are some different kinks to it. As you see here, I'm going to upgrade my driving dunk, just trying to see what moves. And as you see, upgrading driving
so
dunk.
So look, stop. Boom. Look, he upgraded driving dunk. You see what I'm saying? Like, look, peep that, chat. It went from 25 to 59. His build damn near finished. You know what I'm saying? Damn near finished, and he ain't got shit. It gave him vertical. It gave him ball handle. It gave him standing dunk. It gave him driving dunk. Well, he increased driving dunk. It gave him the driving layup and close shot, right? So it broke down all of those things from getting his driving dunk to 99. Now, I do know for a fact that he can lower some of those stats around. Example, he might be able to drop this driving layup here to like a 75 before it hurts the 99. So when you're tweaking your build and you're trying to get the most bang for your bucks, the most points, you'll be able to kind of play with that. But in no rhyme or reason do I believe anybody needs a 99 driving dunk. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I don't think it, like from the content of gameplay that I've seen and all of the stuff that I've seen broken down on different clips, bro, I do not believe for a second that you guys are going to need a 99. All right? 94 at the most just so you can get the Hall of Fame Tier 3 badges. But we'll get into it.
Your driving layup, your ball handle, your defensive rebound, your vert, and some of your strength, right? Like, that's pretty amazing to think about now that these sliders beforehand used to move.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing. If you look right here, he increased his strength. It didn't increase his overall. All right, so what this tells me, all right, hear me out, chat. What this tells me, these physicals need to be upgraded first. Very similar to what I said in my last video. And if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. You do your physicals when you're creating your build first. The reason why is because you need to know how many overall points you're kind of dealing with, and you want to make sure you're mid-maxing those before you reach 99 so you can get the most bang for your buck. It works very similar to how it did in the last 2K. Balance, baby.
Now
let's get it.
Ton of different attributes move. So what that means is it makes it a lot difficult to get really big demigod builds because a lot of attributes are moving at one time, which of course is going to move your overall up a lot. Okay.
So
let me just go ahead and stress this again.
Did you see? Let me rewind real quick. Did y'all see?
Time, which of course is going to move
right here. Stop. You see this shit right here? Acrobat, right? No requirements. That means you can just get this badge provided that you have a badge point, right? So if you have one bronze badge, just one bronze finishing badge, you can get Acrobat. There's no requirement. If you look right here, you see this 76 driving layup. Now you need a 76 driving layup to get silver Acrobat. Now for me, I think this is a W. The reason for it is because before you were just kind of getting badges based off of how many badges you have. Now you have this level of control over your build in which you can do so much more with. So I feel like that creates a new form of challenge when making your builds, right? Now, Red, me personally, I'm going to be dropping a bunch of videos on builds as soon as I get my hand on builders to show you guys how to manipulate the system. Because I already have a couple of ideas, but I'm not going to drop it today. It's coming soon on the video, so make sure you hit that notification bell because I'm going to fuck this builder up, right? Can't wait to get my hands on it. But if you look, the difference between right here, driving layup, right? Driving layup right here, and then driving layup here. As it shows, he has a 79 driving layup. It shows it to you on the side here. But you see you need an 84 and then a 94. Now, I am going to make a crazy-ass argument here, right? And I'm going to just flat out say it. I have no proof, but I'm just going to call it. I don't think anybody needs to have Hall of Fame badges unless it's a part of your core set. Now, we haven't got into core sets yet. We haven't got into core badges. But I would like to point out that if you are planning to have Hall of Fame badges, you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm going to tell you why, right? Let's say you really want Acrobat on Hall of Fame for whatever fucking reason, right? Let's say you really want that, right? You got to have a 94 driving layup. That is, you saw that. He put 99 in drive and dunk, right? You basically need a 94. That's going to take up like 20 points, 25 points, give or take, into your maximum overall, right? Like, if you look, his build is like, there's like not really much wiggle room. You have to really make sense of what you're trying to do. And you really have to like skim the bottom of the barrel. Now, mind you, you don't get that +4 anymore. So what I mean by that is going from 95 to 99, that road, they're not doing that anymore. So your build is exactly what it looks like, exactly the way you created it. You can get the +1 from the from the arm sleeves, from the leg sleeves, or whatever. But it's not going to make that big of a difference. And unless you're really fucking with your builder and really tweaking your stats to the maximum, like, and really knowing that you're gonna get those sleeves to, and accounting for that, I wouldn't even. I would make your build exactly the way you need to make your build, 100%.
You're overall up a lot, okay? Let me just go ahead and stress this again. You're 25.
Oh, he's talking about it. He's talking about it.
Out. Your
look at that.
Dunk,
look at that.
and
so much.
A 59. That is a 34 point swing.
34. I said 25. 34. That's crazy. That's even more.
Why 2K23 is very difficult.
That's wild.
To the builder.
It's wild.
I said in my previous videos, while you definitely want to look to specialize. Mike Wayne spoke on that.
Right? Yeah, no, specialization is going to be important.
You definitely 100%. Want to try to specialize in a position, because if you try to max.
What I do like about the builder, you can always expand your badges. You see the potential badges here. You can always hit triangle or Y or whatever the fuck it is for Xbox, right? And then you can show the badges and see what you need for the prerequisites and make accordingly. Like, you can make your build accordingly to the badges to ensure that you're getting the most badges for what you're trying to do, right? Because you like, here's what you guys don't want, right? And I'm gonna point this out, and y'all gonna be like, oh, that's actually pretty smart, right? Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to just throw a bunch of points in the, let's say, driving dunk, because we're talking about driving dunk. You don't want to just throw a bunch of points in the driving dunk, right? You just dump stat that driving dunk, get that to the max, right? And then you have all of these extra badges, but you don't have the requirements for the badges. That's going to hurt your soul. So make sure you guys are paying attention to what those tiers are and what the requirements are to get the badges. Super important. Do not miss out on that. Okay. Don't just make your build thinking you're going to get everything.
Here, as we fast forward to the tail end of this build.
So look, he fast forwarded. He put a bunch of points in. You see, he got like, this is a straight finisher, red, yellow build, right? With a lot of physicals. The physicals look great. 25 badges, right? He got a like, this is too much though, on God. And like, first of all, let's really talk about it, right? Driving layup 98, driving dunk 99, standing dunk 98. Right, going all blue, basically. All blue in his pie chart, only 25 badges. Bro, what are you going to do with that? It costs you 4 badges, right, to get Hall of Fame on this side. It costs you 6 badges to get Hall of Fame on this side. Then it costs you 8 badges to get Hall of Fame on this side. There's nothing you can do about that. This is why I'm saying you guys really got to figure out what you want your build to do. Because 2K they're not going to allow you to make them demigod builds that you guys had in next year. You know, they're not going to allow it.
Finishing is the only thing that's basically tough. Everything else is really struggling, right? There's no shooting, really below average defense, and basic playmaking, okay? We haven't even got into the badges of this. So again, moving and driving, look at a close shot. When I move my close shot, my mid-range and my free throw moves
up. See, that's an L.
In 22, if you move your close shot, the only thing that moved was your mid-range shot. So again, it's just showing the fact that now a lot of each attribute.
You see, the problem is that all of these attributes are now associated with other attributes, and even like as an offshoot attribute, almost like a tree with a bunch of branches, right? Close shot branches into mid-range and free throw. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, it's going to increase your overall. This is why your overall is increasing. Now, I have a prediction that they're going to nerf this. I do. I don't believe that they're going to keep this. They're going to nerf it a little bit because it's too much. Right, and a lot of y'all are going to be complaining because you can't do anything. I personally like it. For me, it's a dub, right? Post control is post hooks, post fade, and post moves, all wrapped up into one. And a lot of playmaking badges go into post control. For the post scores, we win it, chat. We win it. For the rest of the world, all y'all niggas is fuck out of here, right? Y'all gone. Listen, I've been telling people, I've been going on the 2K22 talking about shit to randoms, like, yeah, you know, you playmakers, you play shots, you left righters, you off the screen dribblers, y'all not doing nothing next year. And I'm glad I'm not seeing y'all ugly motherfuckers. All right, come on. Let's get it.
But 3, 4, or 5, or you're starting to get in 8 different attributes move. That's how
that's crazy.
A very hard puzzle to try
to
fix.
You want to know why Uncle Demi's having a hard time, chat? Why he's having a hard time, and not just Uncle Demi, a bunch of other people. I already see the glaring issue. And this is what you get from the Hokage, right? You get a new level. And no disrespect to Uncle Demi, because he's goated when it comes to making builds and creating rare builds. That's a fact, right? No knocking him. But what you get from the Hokage, you get a new level of, like, control, right? Because you see, he's complaining that all of these other builds are going up, all of these attributes are going up. That's because when you create your builder, You need to do it one step at a time. You skip one thing and go to 99, now you got all of these wasted attributes, right? If you go, okay, let me get 35 close shot, what does that increase? All right, let me go 42 driving layup, what does that increase? And slowly build your build out so you can figure out what it looks like and then correspond with badges. People are going to make better builds. I promise you.
But
I
again, I
promise you.
love it because now it
There's a
makes
lot
it
of
to
IQ
where
going in
there's
there.
not going to be as many demigod builds. And I know a lot of y'all are going to complain, but then
I would like to point out that I'm still going to have a demigod build. Listen, what's today's date? Today the 7th of September, right, babe? 7th of December, right? I'm still going to be having a demigod
a
build.
lot of y'all
100%.
understand that.
They're not going to
Listen,
stop
we
me.
all quote unquote
How you going to stop me?
builds, but we really don't.
In the words of I
Okay?
shall speak.
And I've been saying that in my
Who's
videos.
going to stop
we really
me?
don't. Because all the games that
And
people
bully
play with,
badge. First of all, this bully badge right here. This right here, everybody's been complaining. We're not really complaining, just kind of talking shit about the bully badge. You're like, oh, this badge is going to be super overpowered because it's based off strength, right? I, for one, like the fact that it's based off strength because we don't have anything. So having this badge is awesome. But these tier 3 badges, quick little side note, right? These tier 3 badges, right? For a center, bully is actually a tier 1. If you make a 7'1" big man, bully is a tier 1, not a tier 3. Now I know what you're thinking, Red, how is that fair? Well, the way they do it, right? The more important the badge is for the build, right? The higher the quality of the badge, right? For example, if for me I'm a post scorer, right? Giant Slayer isn't that important to me. I might not even be able to get it under the requirements, right? Back down Punisher, since I'm playing a post score, is super important to me. That may be tier 3, right? Fast Twitch may be super important to me. That may be tier 3, right? Posterizer may not be as important. It could be a tier 2 or tier 1. Limitless Takeoff could be a tier 1. I don't need that as a big, as a 7-1. Post Spin Technician might be up. You see what I'm saying? It depends on your height and how you're making your build. It's going to kind of transition. And I think it's only exclusive to your height and weight. So bear with me. I don't have enough information, but I'm pretty sure it's only exclusive to height and weight, right? So your height and weight will determine where these tiers are going to fall and how the badges will be the same, but where their position may be different. And for the people who don't really understand that, you may not pay the 8 Hall of Fame, like 8 finishing badges that you need to get Hall of Fame bully, right? You may not need that because bully could be tier 1 for you. You see what I'm saying? And if bully's tier 1 for you, then it doesn't require as many badges because it's not as important. Tier 1, not important. Tier 2, a little bit important. Tier 3, you need these badges, right? So it's gonna work. And there's only 4 categories for the tier 3. So that means other badges will come cheaper.
greatest games ever, right? They were all role player based games. 2K20 was a pie chart game. So just keep that in mind while we're making this builder, right? So now, as you see here, this is the finished product, or I guess you could say.
So you see, like he's saying, this is finished product. For me, this wouldn't be finished product. Like I don't believe that anybody should have a 90 plus in any category. You're wasting far too many attributes, and I guarantee you, if he lowers this to like 87 or some shit, the driving them to 87, right? I guarantee you, he's at 95 overall, 100%.
Kind of to the
100%, right? And the reason why I say that is these extra points to get to 99, I'm noticing, right? Each extra point is so much significantly important because it's increasing other attributes. I feel like there's like a breaker there, and you just have to know how to manipulate that. That's what I'm going to be doing when I make my builds.
I had to get bully badge. I want to get that
You
on
got
gold,
bully.
so I had to get my strength to at least an 87.
And like everybody, all of these slashes are building strength for bully badge. There's another way. Chat, listen to me. There's another way. I don't want you guys to fall into the meta. And I know a lot of you guys are going to do it, and you're going to be really fucking tilted when you realize that you guys can't score in the paint the way people are scoring in the gameplay footages that you guys have seen, right? And what I'm saying is, trust me on this, right? There's nothing you can do when you're going up into the paint against my build, against somebody who is maxing strength on a big man and has more weight than you. Because what happens when me and you both have an 87 strength, but I weigh 100 more pounds than you? Do you think bully badge is going to kick in? I promise you it's not. Unless the game is broken, and then yes, it is, right? But I guarantee you, they already thought about this, right? What if like Carmelo Anthony took it straight up on fucking Shaquille O'Neal? Is he hitting that layup? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that you guys may need to think about, right? There's another way though. Grace under pressure. Nobody's talking about it, but I've been preaching on it. Grace under pressure is going to be the strongest finishing badge in the game for you guys, for you smaller guards, right? For you pseudo shooting guards, small forwards, right? Because what's going to happen is you're going to max speed, and you're going to be doing these crazy trick layups from very far away at extreme accuracy. That's what you guys want. You're going to avoid the defender entirely, or they're going to press up and try to guard you, and you're going to get an open dunk, right? That's how you guys want to play that as a slasher. If you go running in to a big man, because I've played next gen before, you're going to run in, you're going to get your shit clapped. Done, period, no debate.
I had to get my vert to at least an 85 because I have a 93.
I do understand the logic of trying to get bully, but look at trying to get bully badge. Imagine being a pseudo guard, right, and you're wasting all of your points trying to get a 95 strength to get it on Hall of Fame. That shit is crazy, chat. Don't do that. That's such a waste of attributes for you guys. I'm telling you against it, and I'm trying to help you because that shit is an L. I promise you, it's an L.
Like, you can see how you have to kind of tinker around a lot. 25, 18, 17 to 7.
So like 25, 18, 17, 5, right? I've made better builds in my sleep on the next gen builder, right? I can't wait to get my hands on this one. I guarantee you I can make a better big than this. But like this is Uncle Demi just kind of toying around with it. He didn't really sit there and try to figure it out. He made a little video kind of showing you the attributes, right? You can clearly tell he's not mid-maxing the build. You shouldn't have 90s. The highest that should be is probably at 84 because that's the highest I've seen a tier gold badge be so far from all of the videos I've seen. 84 is that magic number. Mark my words. 84.
And we're going to show you, well, I'm going to show
the
you.
The 90s to get the Hall of Fame is not worth it. It's not worth it.
18 and 17 might have been good for 22 because of the core badges.
But hold on, I would like to argue. Hold on, I gotta add this in, chat. I know I'm pausing a lot. I'm sorry. I gotta argue, right? That the tier 3 badges, you gotta have at least one tier 3 badges Hall of Fame. Keep that in mind when you're making your build because it's going to be free. So keep that in mind.
Because of the tiers that you have, this build is actually not going to be as good as you think it might be. Okay, so let's just head over
I agree with you.
Let's talk
I don't
about
think the build is going to be that good.
Actual...
All right, so I think this is enough. I don't want to make this video too long, right? We can fast forward kind of into the core badges, right? You see here, this is exactly what I wanted to show you. You see how it says core badges here? There's a core badge for each category: finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive rebound, right? You want to make sure that all of your core badges go to Hall of Fame, right? That's all I'm going to tell you. Make sure it goes to Hall of Fame. Time that, figure your shit out, and really work on your build, guys, right? I just wanted to drop this little tidbit video. I know it's a little longer than expected, but I wanted to talk with you guys and work with you guys on it so that you guys have a little bit more knowledge, all right? This has been your boy Rednation, man. Stay up, stay blessed, stay fucking toxic, man.